There we go. All right, boys and girls, we're casting a draft. Here we go. Tomb of the Spider Queen, Latin Power versus Ordo Equitum. Latin Power with the map choice and Ordo Equitum with the first pick, first ban. So here we go. All right. Ordo Equitum looking at doing a Sylvanas ban first. I like that. Spiders get a lot more value with Sylvanas. Or Zool. Ooh. Zool used to be really strong on this map. Up. And Rayvon just took us up. That's the Grandmaster portrait. So there you go.
Oh, it is the Grandmaster portrait. Okay.
Thank you, Rayvon, in Twitch
I
chat.
was thinking, you know, I don't have any portrait that looks like that, so it must be the Grandmaster portrait, I think.
Oh, and an Artanis ban. Okay, Artanis Zool. And immediately into Lil Rag. Thank you for using the best skin with Ragnaros. Like you said, Ragnaros' Molten Core can reach the entire way. Why would you not do it?
Now, let's see what Latin Power picks up.
All right, Mouse is always a solid heal pick. The next pick is really gonna say where they're going though.
Seconds. The Varian.
Another Varian for you to hope does well.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a Varian pick. Oh, I like that.
Karazim.
I like that a lot actually. Because that leaves you. You can either go a second healer and build him damage. Or like a weaker healer, like maybe, well, Tassidar's not weak, but, you know, Tassadar fits well with a double healer. Or even a Medivh, right? Just something to, or Zarya. Zarya is another good example you could use there. So, lots of ways to go with that. The Thrall ban and a Vala ban. The Vala ban's interesting to me. Not sure what they know that we don't know about these guys. About Latin Power.
I mean, Sylvanas isn't as picked on this map, but she's still, like, not bad.
Alright.
So, wondering if someone will pick that up.
Li Ming's always good damage.
Interesting pick, Tychus. I wonder if that's just to kill the EDC, or they're thinking maybe they'll go double tank and then this will dissuade them from going double tank.
Possibly. But I don't know if that would actually dissuade me. Tychus does a lot of damage, but a lot of teams have learned to tank around the Tychus and still do double tank. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe you still go double tank if that was your plan. I don't think it's really a problem.
Yeah, I don't think they're going double tank. Ooh, KT.
I love that skin.
Cyber Phoenix.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Voltron. So I'm like always happy when I see that skin. I am that old. I love Voltron. That always makes me happy.
Oh, well,
what?
Valera is banned technically, and we had this thing before where Zul'jin was banned, but it was picked anyway, and both teams agreed. And I don't know if
I have the same statement I had earlier. I'm just casting if you want to bring this up to the admins in Discord chat, that's what should be done. That's a Valera pick.
I mean, we get to see some Valera, right?
Here's what I can say. What I can say is the official rules that are posted don't say Valera's banned. Valera was only banned in the chat when Dayuni asked about Valera. So
we're going.
I mean, I'm not doing. I'm just casting the game. If the two teams go in with Valera, they go in with Valera. You know. And there we go. It looks like we do have our. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah. There you go. I guess we're waiting until they rejoin the lobby. But apparently Valera is Rainer.
Oh, well, this is a mess and a half.
It is, and I'm going to just kick us back out to chit chat while we wait for the draft to restart. Yes, it is. All right, well, we'll see what we do here.
We'll have a game for everybody soon.
Soon with the little TM next to it. The Blizzard style of soon. Yeah. Sometimes things happen that are outside of our control. So Mystic and I do what we can to try to get information to you guys, but sometimes we just don't know what's going to happen. And this is one of those times. So, yes, we're just waiting for them to work it all out. And we'll get in there.
I'm glad Ordo Equitum speaks Spanish.
I don't speak any Spanish. And don't.
I mean, this works.
Yeah, this actually works. Yeah, because this is the draft. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Yeah. The draft is there. The draft is completed. Like, why go back through the draft again? I totally agree with that. Yeah, this is actually a good solution. This is a great solution, actually. So we'll go with this. All right, boys. We got a game. We're not going to repeat the draft because the draft was done. Valera was just swapped for Rainer. So, on the red team for Ordo Equitum, we have New Jag on the Karazim, Arkandil on the ETC, Magic Pants on the Rainer, Cheaty on the Ragnaros, and Icarus on the Kael'thas.
On the blue side, for Latin Power, we have CLC Don Gatto on the Malfurion, Raycedo on Tychus, Rukopski on the Li Ming, LP Bafford on the Johanna, and PC Infectando on Varian.
Infectado. Your PC, it's been infected.
Whatever. Infectado. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for correcting me.
I mean, it's an interesting name, right? Like, PC infection. It's an interesting name. I that's the only reason I corrected you. I found that name quite interesting. So, okay, so here we go. We got ourselves a game. Let's see what we can do with it.
Battle begins in 10 seconds.
Kael'thas going Convection again. That is the go-to talent, for sure. So
3, 2, 1. Slay them all.
Ooh, scouting drone from Malfurion with no stealthies.
You know what? I saw that not too long ago in one of the pro games, and it's vision, right?
Yeah. It's mainly for map vision.
Especially on this map where the turn-in matters so much, you know? Both teams kind of feeling out the other team's... Holy cow. Icarus taking a ton of damage there on that KT. That was a lot of damage. Li Ming just throwing orbs out and doing damage. Nobody died, so we're just going to go into the typical lane soaking phase. It looks like we're going to get Ragnaros and Tychus maybe bottom lane. And we're going to do 4-man rotations top lane, middle lane. And it does look like Ordo Equitum is a little ahead in that and may get a kill there. Wow. That Li Ming got deleted after that stun into a flame strike. So, yeah. It does look like Latin Power isn't actually rotating. They went into a 2-2-1 split, and I'm not sure how well that's going to work against a team that's doing a 4-man rotation. We saw Li Ming get deleted just now because of it.
I mean, if you play super safe, right, it's not that bad. You can just soak the lanes.
And it looks like Latin Power is looking to come in from behind and maybe get some damage in here. Payback for the 2 kills so far, or 1 kill on the other side, but not going to get a kill. In the meantime, Ragnaros bottom lane did kill the Tychus. I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see that, but I'm sure it was a pretty Ragnaros kill. I mean, early game right now, I gotta say Ordo Equitum is actually doing a better job here. They're doing a 4-man lane rotation. They're getting the lanes killed and soaked pretty quickly. And Ragnaros is actually coming up from behind here and soaking mid lane. We do look like we have a disconnect, but nobody has paused the game yet. Magic. There we go. There's the pause. Let's see. We do have level 4 talents coming out from Ordo Equitum. Loudspeakers. Catching fire. That's interesting. Is that the normal pick for Rag?
Yeah, it's the typical Q build for Rag.
Okay.
And then, it's followed up by Hand of Ragnaros.
Right. Johanna with going block. Ah, very Indigo King's Quest this time around. I'm surprised they're not rotating harder with the King's Quest being the choice.
I mean, King's Quest, it's not actually that hard to get done as long as your team picks up a couple of kills, but it's not so powerful that you should rotate around it, I feel.
Right, no, and I get that, but if you're already going to be rotating, right, why not, why not do it? You should already be rotating on this map, right? 4-man rotation, mid top lane. So if you're already doing that, it makes sense to take the quest. Just waiting on a disconnect to clear itself up. So what do you think so far? I mean, I know there's not much because we're only 2 minutes and 17 seconds into the game.
I think it'll be an interesting early game because there was an engage for a 3v4. Latin Power only 3, and they engaged into 4, and they actually got a pretty good trade off of that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's going to be a struggle for Tychus if he doesn't play conservatively bottom lane against the Ragnaros.
Mm-hmm.
He already got picked off just stepping out a little too far. And I don't even think he was too far out. Right, I was looking at the body because I made it down there just after the kill happened, and he wasn't like way out of his lane or way forward in his lane. He was with his minions. So
I mean, being with your minions is kind of kind of risky against Ragnaros, because if you're in your minions and Ragnaros hits you or he hits the minions, he's gonna both, right?
Right. That's a good point. And that's probably what happened there. Man. Disconnects are never, ever, ever fun.
For anybody.
Right? This is the point where you need to need someone to just dance on screen. Da 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 da. I can't dance, so it's not going to be me.
I'm not exactly the best dancer either.
So yeah, so I don't know. There's not much else we can say other than right now we have Ordo Equitum up 2 kills to none. We're only 2 minutes into the game, and they're ahead slightly on the XP. I can't quite see because the paused note is right in front of that. Oh, actually, I think I can if I bring up. No, that didn't do what I wanted. Damn it. Now I'm stuck on a character. Okay, they are about to go. So let's transition back in.
Everybody just shaking off those nerves after that long pause.
And it was a long pause. It was a decent amount of pause time. Everybody's gonna get to see Rainer's abilities for a minute while I remember how to deselect him.
E.
Thank you. I always forget that key. All right. So, Ordo Equitum still solidly moving their 4-man rotations back and forth. They might actually pick off this variant here, who is going to die, yes. With that 4-man rotation mid lane to top lane. So a quick kill. They are about a full level ahead, and they do have enough gems to turn in and get a spider wave. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and try and do that right now.
They're going to need one more person to turn in. They need 2 more gems.
Ah, brutal. But Magic Pants on that Rainer is on the backside, so he could do the turn in. But it looks
he decides not to.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they're just not ready for the turn in. But Li Ming throwing in some missiles and orbs from the turn in side and the blind side just to try and pump out some damage on them. KT did say top lane during that rotation to get a little bit more soak. It does look like Latin Power has reduced the lead though, but did lose their Li Ming. She was deleted. And Tychus getting pretty low, has to go ahead and go back and tap. Oh, that was a nice flame strike though. And it looks like we are going to have another turn-in attempt, but I don't think they're going to get it quite yet. Karazim actually is kind of in the middle of 3 people and should look at getting safe, which he does do. And Ragnaros deciding, hey man, I want to come and have some fun mid lane. And they do get their turn-in done. So Ordo Equitum does have the spiders spawning for them right now. Top lane is pushed out pretty far. Mid lane's pushed out a decent amount, just past the halfway point. Actually, all lanes are pushed out just past the halfway point. So let's see how they line up and what kind of value they get out of this. Looking to delete Li Ming again immediately, and they're not going to quite kill her, but they did put a good amount of damage on her.
Oh man, Varian getting caught out.
Varian shielding for all he's worth, but that's going to be a dead Varian. And 1 man down, a whole level down, and spiders pushing your walls. If you are Latin Power at this point, you kind of have to back up. And they did just lose Tychus as well. Actually,
that flame strike's starting to hurt.
I didn't see Tychus. Was Tychus mid lane or did
Yeah,
the spider
he was
get him?
mid lane.
Okay. I must have missed that then. But it does look like they are going to get this middle fort. Top lane is pushing on the fort now. Bottom lane is also pushing on the fort, but with no push against them. And Molten Core immediately getting popped in there, looking for maybe another kill plus this tower, and maybe even the wall. It does look like Latin Power has decided to stop trying to defend the middle lane and go defeat the spiders in the other 2 lanes. Tychus, though, is a little far out. He may be in a bad spot. But it looks like he's going to get to this. Maybe. Nope. ETC did catch him, and they do have their 10s, and that's going to be a dead Tychus.
7-sided comes out.
Almost immediately, too. I mean, just like the stun, the port to ETC, and the 7-sided strike to secure the Tychus kill. Li Ming doing a good job of throwing orbs and missiles at Ordo Equitum from behind walls. So safely throwing out damage. Unfortunately, it's not enough to really, push anybody down to kill him. Even though Kerosene did get pretty low there. I'm not sure I would chase this 8v11.
There you go again. The support clearing the lanes to try to catch you up, right?
It's never safe when that happens. If that's the case you're in a world of hurt, right? And Ordo Equitum does have enough to do a second turn-in, and it looks like they're going to start working on that. Back-to-back turn-ins before your opponent gets 10 is a really strong position to be in. Like, a really strong position to be in. And it looks like they are going to need to wait on Ragnaros to get his turn in for spiders to spawn. And he's not happy. He's going to go ahead and clear this bottom lane up first. Meanwhile, we do have a little skirmish mid lane, 4-on-4, or 4-on-3 rather. But nothing will come of it, and Ragnaros is getting his turn in now. So we are going to see back-to-back spider turn-ins for... No! Johanna beat him to it, and we're gonna get a spider turn in for Latin. That was a pretty good mosh, and got a couple people in it, but it was interrupted. But they're still looking to get some kills here, Ordo Equitum, and Latin Power is doing everything they can to survive, but that might... Yep, that's a dead variant. A lot of damage coming out, though, from Latin Power to Ordo Equitum. It's just not quite enough to get the kills. And Molten Core's popped again, looking for maybe another kill against this Li Ming or the Tychus, both of who are really low right now.
And if Ragnaros could land his Sulfura Smash while he was in that on top of the Li Ming, she would have just died there.
Yeah, 100%. So spiders top lane are not really getting much value, and KT's clearing those out. Bottom lane has just now passed all the minions. And all of Ordo Equitum is collapsing down here on the bottom lane spiders. So, unless this KT dies right now, I don't think they got any value really out of those spiders. A little wall damage, but nothing to really get a kill. Or nothing to really, push.
Oh, here comes the bush gank.
Oh, they were looking for it. They did not land that, though. It's hard to land that on ETC because he can just W and push Johanna away from him. So even though Johanna's not stoppable, you can move her away. And that might be a dead Johanna there. Yep. Ooh, Johanna for Raynor, though. And Ragnaros.
Too.
Wow. Yeah, no, we got Latin Power getting some kills in. But Ordos Equitum does have the spiders pushing. So ultimately, and they're 13s now. So ultimately, they might do a little bit better here. As was pointed out in Twitch chat just now, Mouth did not take cleanse. So Mosh is just that much more effective.
No cleanse on Mouth. Instead, he decides to go for the 100% extra damage on his entangling roots.
Right, along with the, I thought I saw the one that spawns the treant too, didn't I? Yeah. So, oh wow, that was a lot of damage out on Johanna. The Kerosene is using 7-sided strike really effectively this game. porting in and just immediately popping 7-sided strike. All right, and that's going to be all their 10s coming out and just tearing that wall to pieces.
Look at all those red circles.
That is not a place you want to be standing near if you are Latin Power. Meanwhile, the Spider has been pushing bottom lane and is through the bottom lane wall. So, Ordo Equitum looking to get a keep here if they can. I wish Malf would have saved his Molten Core, pushed the keep down as, or I'm sorry, Ragnaros. And that's going to be a kill. Yeah, they're going to start picking off. That's going to be a dead. Yep. Latin Power has an advantage, and they're going to start picking off some of the Ordo Equitums. I wish Ragnaros had saved his Molten Core for this keep instead. I get that they thought they might, you know, might get some extra kills
this
there.
This variant
but...
also going Twin Blades.
Really?
I mean, I can see
I mean,
that...
with Joe, it kind of makes sense. I don't know.
You can do the boss on this map by yourself.
That's true. That's very true. That's a good point. Alright, so it looks like we're just going to do the typical... Nobody has anything ready to turn in yet. Let's grab all the camps or maybe look for a kill. It is 13 versus 15. So if I was Ordo Equitum, I don't think I'd be looking to engage here. On the flip side of that, if I'm Latin Power, I definitely want to engage here before they hit 16, because Ordo Equitum is actually pretty close to getting their 16s.
Got 16
and there they are.
And then here they
There's
go.
The mosh. That was actually a pretty good mosh, but was interrupted pretty quickly. And that's going to be a dead ETC. I mean, that's 1 for 4. I think that's probably as good of a trade as you could have expected there. Mouth, the only one to survive. That's a fair trade. 1 for 4 on ETC. I would take that trade. And they should be looking to do boss right now, and it looks like they are.
Yeah, it was a good decision because you don't have enough coins to turn in, and then you want to get something off the map. So taking the boss is the best bet here.
Right. And it looks like ETC still hasn't picked his level 16 talent. So, got the boss, clear the wave, push the top lane. The keep top lane is mostly dead. Please, for the love of all that's holy, Ragnaros, do not use your Molten Core until you get that keep. Like, that's all I want to see right now. If he can save that for this keep, they'll be in a much better position, and they could finish. Laser drill going down immediately, and...
Oh, is Rag's
there it
going
goes.
for
There it is. There it is.
Oh, man.
That's exactly what you needed. And ETC stun into a 7-sided strike into Ragnaros being evil in that Molten Core should lead to game here with the half-health boss still up.
Leeming almost died earlier from Ragnaros,
and then she
down.
did. Oh, man. So much damage from those flame strikes. 18 versus 15. That's a relatively quick game, but that is going to be game. And Ordo Equitum is going to be moving forward.
Oh, man. Ragnaros with the explosive runes, and then KT with the flame strikes. It was literally... The ground is lava.
Right, you couldn't stand there. You stood on the ground and you died. Like, that is legitimately what happened there. Alright, so if I'm looking at the brackets, we're going to have 5 guys on a scooter versus Ordo Equitum next. And then winner of that moves into the grand finals against TNG. Alright, let me send him a tell. Alright. What do you, besides the molten floor that appeared towards the end of that
Molten
game.
floor.
I mean, like, what else do you call it, right? Like, legitimately, the floor was on fire. Like, I don't know what else to say. Between the two of them, there was fire everywhere.
Yeah, they Ordo Equitum had a pretty brutal combo here because like if you're on the receiving end of that, so you see just the explosive runes, the meteors coming down, the flame strikes coming in, the Phoenix is out, and then there's the Hyperion flying over, just scorching the ground in lasers. That's a lot of damage.
Right. Like, what do you do at that point except try not to die? Or in this case, I guess they died. Right? Like, it was just a ton of damage coming out all at once. So, yeah, I don't know what else to add other than, like, there was stuff like the ground effects at the end of that game were insane.